Once upon a time, oil was the mainstay of the economy of Nigeria. From all indications, all that is changing with the federal government's resolve to diversify and explore other sectors of revenue generation. In line with this resolution to stir the business environment and drive investment on all fronts, there has been significant public-private partnership in major sectors of the Nigerian economy. The Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Shelter Aid Organization will be opening a door of opportunities to potential investors in the real estate sector. The event is the 2018 edition of the Abuja Investment Expo. The big questions here are: why real estate? What is the potential of this initiative? Who are the target audience? How can this initiative help to stimulate the economy? What is the relationship between housing and wealth creation? These and many more questions we shall try to address on the program Nigeria Today. I am Segun Ojelade. I'm being joined by two gentlemen who are connected with the planning of this event. I have with me Johnson Anene. He is the Vice President of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Chairman of the Planning Committee. I welcome you to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, on his left is the Secretary of the Planning Committee of the Expo. He is Felix Bem. I welcome you to the program.
Thank you very much.
Now, I think I'll start with you, Mr. Anene. Abuja Investment Expo 2018. What exactly is this Expo all about?
Yeah, thank you very much. The Abuja Investment Expo is organized with the collaboration of Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Shelter Aid Organization, with the support of several government agencies and private sector organizations. The main purpose of organizing this expo is to address the issue of quality affordable housing, and also to try to explore alternative investment opportunities which we believe abound in the FCT, with a view to moving away from overdependence on oil. Like you said earlier during your introduction, this is the right time for us to look inwards and also look outwards to reduce the overdependence on oil. That's the reason the Abuja Investment Expo is being put together by these two organizations to help explore new opportunities in the area of investments, because we know that FCT and Nigeria in general is blessed with abundant resources that people can really explore.
I think we come to that in the course of the program. From past experiences of the Expo, Lendi is the third.
Yes.
From past experiences, how has it been in terms of participation and achievements of set out goals?
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The past two editions were held at the Yaradua Center, and the responses and the achievements have been commendable and quite impressive. To start with, we know that accommodation, housing, is one of the three basic needs of man. So it is a very important need. And coming from the last two editions, we started the campaign for local production of building materials. which has gained a lot of mileages. A good number of companies, both indigenous and foreign companies, have started investing in that area, producing local raw materials and building materials locally. Also, we know that there are quite a good number of government incentives and programs, and some of these SMEs are having difficulty accessing such incentives. So we have encouraged them to form associations and cooperative societies so that they can better benefit from such government programs.
Okay,
in fact, ACCI, Abuja Chamber of Commerce, has one, Abuja Chamber of Commerce Cooperative Society, that is attending to the needs of the members and is up and running. We also have the Business Aid Cooperative Society. These are the products of the last 2 editions. And we also have been advocating for reduction in this finance, building finance, the rate of interest on construction financing. Because if you get this money to do these housing units, at the end of the day, the cost of production will be very high.
Okay.
So we are advocating that these rates of interest on these loans be reviewed. We should have them at reduced rates. If you move around, you see a lot of houses unoccupied, unsold, because there are rates.
Let's structure the issues one after the other. We'll come back to that issue again. But although you started along that line, Mr. Anene, but I want Mr. Gbem to address this issue of why is the Expo, the third one, why the interest in real estate? Is there a need that you have discovered that you feel should be filled? Are there fresh ideas that you believe that you want to pass across? Yourself being an architect.
Yes, thank you very much. Real estate, as we know it, is, we are talking about housing. And housing being one of, like you said before, one of the three basic things of life, and very important. We know that anybody who does not have a good house, or a house that he can go in and sleep, come out, and apart from that, do business with it. Because we know that when you have a house and you have a title, you can also use that title, for instance, a CFO, to do business. You can take it to the bank and you can do business, and it's also part of investment. But apart from that, it is something that is very important to everybody. Some people can decide not to do certain things, but you can't avoid trying to own a house. So it is something that touches life.
Is the idea to look at the commerce in the real estate sector, or contributing to the general need of affordable housing?
It's both. It's going to contribute to the investment drive of commerce and industry, and as well, because it touches every life, we know that it is very important for everybody in any sector of life, and that is why we think it is something that can be drawn into the auspices of the Chamber of Commerce to drive business and to drive good living.
Okay. Now, who are those that are being expected? There are people out there that probably be hearing this for the first time.
Yes.
They may be interested. Who are those, Mr. Anene, that this expo is meant for?
The expo, you know, is coming up, is starting tomorrow, and we run for 3 days.
Tuesday?
Yes, Tuesday,
24th?
24th to 26th, at the Abuja Chamber of Commerce International Trade Fair and Convention Center, along the airport road, just by the new ShopRite.
Okay.
Yes. We're expecting real estate developers and all the players in the real estate industry, professionals, estate surveyors, architects, engineers, and those that are seeking to own their own houses, and also the financial institutions and mortgage institutions, they should be there to discuss the issue of affordability of mortgage loans and construction financing. So we expect them. We also expect some scholars, because they are going to discuss emerging and new building techniques and research into the better and cost-effective way of building. Because the essence is to reduce the cost of construction so that we can make these housing units more affordable. And also we are bringing the entire real estate practitioners together, because we are not talking just about affordable housing. We are talking about quality affordable housing. If you give people slums, it's affordable. But we want people to live in communities and housing units that are at least able to meet basic standards. So we are talking about not just affordable housing, but quality affordable housing. That's the adjective.
Yeah, you see, we all cannot be landlords, or there will still be tenants. But the problem in Abuja is this issue of skyrocketing rents. You mentioned the other time when you were talking about empty estates, empty houses, scattered mansions, big investments in housing, but nobody is living there. So when we talk about quality housing, how about affordability? Are the issues going to also be thrashed out as to why, for instance, is rent in Abuja cutthroat?
Yes, once you're able to reduce cost of production, selling price will definitely come down. And rent is a function of cost of production and function of the selling price. So if the cost of production comes down, rents will come down. I agree with you. It's not everybody that must own his or her own house, but everybody, it's a right, it's an entitlement, should be able to afford quality living. There's a basic standard you should not subject a human being below. So we are talking about affordability in line and also alongside quality affordable housing. It's not just affordability that we're talking about. We are talking about the quality of what you are presenting to the people. So that's that. And also, like I said, most of these mortgage institutions will be there. And there's this new approach to solving housing ownership problems.
Yes.
Which is rent to own.
Rent to own.
To own.
Okay.
The arrangement is such that you will live in your house and be paying rent. But part of the rent you are paying is going into the purchase arrangement for you to own the house at the end of the day. So it can be structured for you for maybe 20 years or 25 years, depending on your purse.
Yes.
Yes, as you are paying rent, you are enjoying the occupation of that house as a tenant. But the money you are paying is amortized over a long period of time. So that after, by the time you pay up, it's just like hire purchase in property, cars.
Okay.
Whereby you are allowed to enjoy the use of that facility, and you pay in small bits over time.
Okay. Let's talk about participants again. There are some critical stakeholders, like government, for instance. Yes, your project is Abuja based, but to what extent are you reaching out to maybe contiguous states or other states of the Federation to ensure that, okay, yes, governments in these various areas, like FCT, for instance, to what extent are they interested in what is going on? Because I don't think you can build any house here without the government being involved, either land purchase of land or even land titles. Will they be there, and what will be the engagement?
Yes, like we have said before, where this program is being done in conjunction with series of government organizations.
Yes.
The FCT is also, and the FCDA is also involved. They will definitely be there. They have been invited, and they will be there to take part in the discussions on how their programs. For instance, the FCDA has the mass housing program, and this program is best informed, or people are best informed of them around this type of functions, organizations, okay, so that people who have not even had and they are not aware of the mass housing program and the intention of government to provide basic housing for people will be discussed, and any questions that people have not asked before or any information they have not had, they can feel free to ask these questions. How do I key into the mass housing program, for instance? Okay. Where is there a department like the mass housing department, and where do you get information and all that? This is an opportunity this program is giving to the public.
Okay. Okay. Let's talk about the theme of the program, catalyst for economic advancement. What's the link between real estate and economic development?
The theme is land, a catalyst for economic advancement,
okay,
or if you want, development. We know that you cannot isolate land from economic activities. Like he said, if you are running a business and you want to take a facility from the bank and you have your C of O over your land.
Land title.
Yes, land title. You can use it to raise business funds.
Yes.
Also, there's no form of economic activity that you want to engage in that is not related directly or indirectly to land.
To land.
It's not possible. Even if you are a teacher or you are a medical doctor, one is that you live on land. Two, where your school is located, where your hospital is located, where your shop is located, where your business activities happen, are all located on land. So if land is not available, there will not be progress in the economic activities of any nation. So what we are saying is that land is very, very important. It's a basic resource.
Yes.
It's a basic resource for any economic activity.
Okay. We will continue this discussion, but we need to take a short break now. We'll be right back. The program is Nigeria Today. We're looking at the third edition of the Abuja Investment Expo, which kicks off tomorrow. We'll be right back.
The Nigerian Television Authority News 24 channel, your dependable all-round news station, offering you world-class news programs, documentaries, spotlights, promos, and information highlights. Take advantage of our network reach and advertise your interest, goods and services with us. NTA News 24, first among equals with digital broadcasting. You can reach us on Channel 21 Terrestrial TV and Channel 101 on the Star Times platform. For more inquiries, please call Coretta 0803 618 9986 or Henry on 0803 379 0884. Join us today.
You're welcome back. The program Nigeria Today continues. We're looking at the third edition of the Abuja Investment Expo, which begins tomorrow. My two guests are still in the house. Before we went on that break, we were talking about the theme of the Expo, which is land development, a catalyst for economic development. You said land is basic basic ingredients or materials in development of any nation. But land is limited, unlike some other. We can't add to it. That is why we have this scramble. Everybody wants to own a part of the earth or a portion of Nigeria. But again, we have the Land Use Act that has become very problematic. What are you going to talk about? Some of these bottlenecks, some of these problems? We know there are people that have bought land, even in this Abuja now, that they lost it, you know. Are we going to talk about it on how we can access good quality land? Maybe there is a struggling youth there that wants to purchase land. Are there going to be ideas as to how to go about it, you know, to avoid fraudsters? You understand? Are there going to be issues like that?
Oh, yes. You know, the program, the Expo, is going to be in different segments. We have the exhibition. There's people exhibiting and showcasing their products and services. In particular, these real estate people and also the building materials and the rest. That's where people will go to look out for, to buy one house or the other or materials. Then we have the other segment, which is the business session, business to business meetings.
Yes.
And then we now have the forum, where problems relating to housing, land, and other related matters will be discussed. Now, straight to your question, there will be a discussion, paper will be presented on how you can access land legitimately, right? Because people burn their fingers when they don't do what they are supposed to do. They don't do due diligence. You cannot just see a land that you move in and start, or somebody will show you a paper. Instead of conducting a legal search, you just start building. At the end of the day, you burn your hand, you have your hands burnt, you start complaining. Pages will be there.
Okay.
They are actually present. Yeah, Abuja Geographic Information System. They are going to be there to educate people on the procedures you have to follow if you want to buy land.
Okay.
Even that, they are still giving allocations. If you are qualified as a Nigerian, you are entitled to at least one plot of land.
Okay.
So they are there to tell people the procedures for land application. And if you want to register your title,
Okay.
how to go about it. So you be able to transfer your title from the person you purchased from to yourself, so that you can use that title as a security to access funds for your economic activities.
Yes, I will come back to you, but let's talk about, he mentioned the issue of building raw materials.
Yeah.
And we know that building materials, and we know that for those that are building estates, for instance, many of the raw materials still come from outside. To what extent will local production, local producers of raw materials, are they going to be on ground? And then what are we actually looking at in this area? Because the market is, as in other sectors of the economy, dominated by foreigners.
Yes, it's quite important, but this Expo, even in the last edition, there were a lot of discussions on this. There are a lot of government agencies that we know are into the business of looking at indigenous materials, local materials like NIGERIAN.
Yeah,
They are here. They are partners. They are partners with us. They are a government organization that does a lot of research in trying to see that most of the materials we use are local materials. So yes, of course, we will not stop getting foreign, but we reduce the amount of dependence on them.
Foreign. Okay, because of our time, let's quickly look at, you mentioned the issue of cooperative societies.
Yes.
Helping to provide money for building. We know now there are mortgage institutions to access the loans is not an easy thing. How can cooperative societies come in to ensure that at least even those of us that are in paid employment can access money to construct our homes quickly because of our time?
Yes, we've always had housing cooperatives. We're trying to bring them back. I know some of our fathers built through housing cooperatives.
Yes.
Yes, so that's what we are trying to bring back. And also artisans, they are coming, they have an association.
Okay.
Artisans, bricklayers, plumbers and the rest, welders.
Yes.
We help them to form an association, you know, so they are all coming. So these associations are good because they can speak with one voice. If the government has a good policy, they'll be able to present themselves as a group and be able to access that incentive.
Especially
instead of
training.
Yes, we're also doing training, because the problem we're also having is that when some of these houses you enter them, you'll be amazed at the poor quality of workmanship.
That's why many still say that the people from Benin Republic are building for us.
So, because so many of them are taking our jobs. Because our people cannot, some of them, we have really very good ones.
Yes.
So those ones that are not good enough,
yes,
we are organizing training.
Because of our time, in 2-3 sentences, I want you to speak to your publics there, those that you are still expecting to take advantage of this opportunity.
Yes, I want to invite everybody, real estate developers, tenants that seek to own their own homes, those that are looking for houses to buy. These estate developers are coming together under this platform to sell some of these houses at discounted promotional rates. Okay. All right? And those who are looking for better and more modern techniques of building should also come. And those who are building their own houses, but they want to source local building materials and cheaper but quality building materials, they should also come. And those who want development funding, construction finance and mortgage, they should also come there.
Okay.
Because, and finally, those who are looking for partnerships, agencies, business people that we want to meet new business people and establish new contacts.
Okay. I must thank you, Mr. Johnson Anini, the Vice Chairman, Abuja Chamber of Commerce. I thank you for your comments on the program.
Thank you very much.
And also, Mr. Felix Bem, Secretary of the Planning Committee, we also thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you the very best as the Expo kicks off tomorrow. Maybe you come back at the end of the Expo. Let's take a review of it and the landmarks that you will have achieved.
Okay.
Wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Well, this is where we call it a date on the program, Nigeria Today. We shall be back tomorrow. Bye-bye. I am Shegun Ojelade.